Good afternoon to all my uh, new truck drivers that are coming out of truck driving school and enter into this new career. My name is Antonio Abernathy, and I used to be a old driver. Well, I just say this to you, men and women out there, new that's coming in the industry. Don't take things for granted like your sight, smell, touch, because you never know when they can fail you. That's the reason why I'm shooting this video to you guys, because of the fact that I lost this eye right here a few years ago, and that knocked me out from driving a truck. Because DOT said you got to have 20/20 visions, or you got to have your eyes where they both are functional and they work to where they can use some kind of corrective lenses to where you can continue to see and you qualify to drive. Like I said, always, my new drivers, always, y'all need to keep your eyes in check, your hearing and everything else. Get you a physical done. Check your eyes, get your eyes checked do it every 6 months. Do it every 6 months. Some of y'all, you may can do it, every 3 months, whichever you prefer. But keep a check upon it. Don't let it fail you, because it'll knock you out of the race. You won't be able to drive again. But my thing is this to you guys out there, you men and women. Stop listening to the negative sides of this industry, because I'm going to tell you something. The money is there. Believe that, Believe that. And, do it. To say this here, some folks is not going to take it too well in what I'm about to say. Do it because it's a thing that you love doing. You like to travel. You like to travel. But as that old saying goes, don't let the money make you. Because in this industry you can make good money. And then you got those that make the good money. The problem is that they lose their head. The hair gets big. And they tend to forget where they started from. Don't let the money make you. Do this career in a way that where you respect yourself and you respect others. Now, here's the thing. Schools purposely designed to get you geared up for this career. But the sad part about that is with the schools is not going to tell you everything that you need to know. They're not going to tell you everything, especially when you get to a company, because a large percent of what you learned in school is going to be thrown out the window. You forget it. Because when you start working for a company going to train you in a whole different perspective. Okay? A whole different perspective. And see, to be real, I'm not going to cut down the schools. The schools got a hidden agenda. Their hidden agenda is they're about the money. They don't give a care what you learn. They look at getting you in through the school. Whether you pass or you fail. Remember this. School's going to get paid. The school's going to get paid. And to my fellow drivers out there new that's coming out of the school, this video is just to tell you to focus on, first of all, the first thing I tell you to focus on, get a good grade in that school. I told you that in the past, and I'm telling you that again. Get a good grade. Why? Because it sets you up to automatically get you a job as soon as you come out of the school. Now, to those that score low on the school, let me tell you something. You still can get a job. It may not be with the company you want to get with, because I'm going to tell you something. Coming out of the school with a high grade can put you in with a company like Swift, Snyder, U.S. Express, Stevens Transport, Pam Transportation, USA Trucking, CRST, CR England, okay, all these companies, people make them, and can't forget, as we call them, Warner Enterprises, okay. Everybody gonna talk about all these companies I called out. I'm gonna tell you something. All of them, every company that I didn't call out that you can get with, they all have the same thing going on that all the companies I just called out. But the companies I just called out, they're just bigger companies and well known. Let me explain something to you. You could take a person that's going to work for Warner Enterprises. Now, here it is, this person talking about Warner. Oh, Warner stink. Warner suck. I wouldn't go to work for Warner. Now, here comes this other cat that's been at Warner and got over 1 million miles. And started the same time the person that did that complaint started the same time they did. Now, you're saying in your mind, oh, this person made it and this person didn't make it. Well, see, you got to remember something. Everybody's body is built, excuse me, everybody's body is built different. What this person like, this person may not like. What this person like, this person may not like. He may not like U.S. Express. He left U.S. Express and went to work for Warner and worked with Warner for 10 years and loved every minute of it. He left from Warner and went to work at U.S. Express, and he worked for U.S. Express for 10 years and loved every minute. See, you got to remember something. Everybody has a different mindset. Everybody's mind is built different. Okay? Here's the thing about trucking, period. There's several things that allow you to make it in this industry. One of them is you got to be able to be used to being away from home. If you got a wife and kids, you got to learn to be away from home. Okay? This individual, whether it be male or female, they may have gained the liking of being away from home, even, and they better halves, and their kids accepted it. Versus this individual over here, okay, they couldn't do away being away from home, because here's the big problem with that: they're married, okay, not necessarily got to do with the kids, got to do with the wife, okay, or the husband. They're away from home and they worrying about, oh, my wife may be laying up in the bed with another man, or my husband may be laying up in the bed with another woman. Okay, see, they lost that sense of trust. Because there's an old saying. Let me bring it to you. There's an old saying. What you do in the dark will come to the light. And I'm going to tell you something like this. That person may necessarily, you thinking they messing around on you while you out on the road. Chances are their best chances to do it is when you at home. Why? Because they got your every move at home. They know where you are. Versus being on the road, they don't know when you can show up. I'll give you an example. I'll give you a good example. I told y'all this in my last, one of my earlier videos. I used to work for CalArc. And my kid's mama rode with me for several years. She rode with me for a minute. Okay. I took her back home. Okay. She's staying at home with my kids. All right. Now, she was doing dirt at home. She'll get mad when I bring this up. Oh, yeah, she's doing dirt while I was at home, while I was right at home. But here's the thing. When I got back on the road, she tried to pull it off while I was out on the road. She tried to pull it off then, but she couldn't. Here's the thing what she did. She used to call my dispatcher every day. In other words, she called the company every day, okay? My dispatcher got back with me. He said, named Tony Williams. I used to work for CalArt Trucking out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Matter of fact, Mableville. All right. And right there off of Interstate 30. He called me up one day. He said, Antonio, he said, I'm going to tell you something. You need to get on your girlfriend about calling here so much, because she going to get you rolled up and she going to fool around and get you fired. And that can't happen. I said, well, Tony, I don't know why she's calling like that. And I never thought, at the time, I was naive. I use the word naive. I'm not going to use the word ignorant. I use the word naive. And he said, Antonio, he said, I've been doing this dispatching for years. And he said, I can tell you why she doing what she doing. You know, because simple fact, she might be messing around. That's how he put it. He said, don't take this in the wrong way. He said, but I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to do you a favor. He said, we're going to see if we can catch a rat in your house. That's how he put it. We're going to see if we can catch, I'm going to help you see if we can catch a rat in your house. So what he did was he said, your load is going to bring you here. I lived in Fort Wayne, Indiana at the time. Your load is going to bring you home. Said your load's going to bring you to Fort Wayne, but it goes to New Jersey. You're going to repower it with another driver. He's going to give you an empty trailer. Okay? And he's going to take your load on. But in the meantime, when your kid's mama call, what I'm going to tell her is you on your way to Los Angeles. You need to contact him. Okay? Shirley B. As planned, he planned. He set out to do it. Gave me the load. It was going to Newark, New Jersey. I got to Fort Wayne. Shirley B. En route to going home. She called up and asked my dispatcher, you know, had he had any idea where was I at? And he said, well, he said, matter of fact, you need to contact him. He's on his way to Los Angeles. She didn't call no more that day. I made it home that next morning or late that afternoon. Okay. Caught the driver, gave him the loaded trailer. He gave me his empty trailer and I give him my loaded, and he went on to New Jersey, Newark. Okay. I dropped my trailer at the truck stop and bobtailed home. Why, when I get home, I'm sitting in front of my house. Here comes these two guys. They come around the corner. I seen them, but I never seen them before. And they come to my front door. They didn't pay attention to me sitting in the truck. And I'm sitting there looking like, what these dudes doing up here? And I rolled down the window and say, hey, bro, excuse me, who y'all looking for? I'm just curious. And the dude was like, hey, man, you know, this little honey that live here, we met up with her and her girlfriend. She told us to come by later on. We supposed to hook up today to get with her. I'm supposed to be hooking up with the one that live here and got the kids. I'm like, ain't this about a trip? I kind of looked at him. You know, I just kind of grinned. I grinned a little bit and snookered. I said, hey, bro, let me ask you one question. I said, no, I said, first of all, I said, let me ask y'all this question. Y'all must not be from around here. And the guy that was talking, the one that was doing all talking, he said, no, man. He said, we visiting. I got some people stay here. I used to live here, but he said, I stayed here for a minute, but I'm originally from New Jersey. And I said, okay. I said, I'm just curious, what part of Jersey are you from? He said, I'm from Newark. Well, right then, I looked at him again. I started laughing. He kind of like, why is this dude laughing? First of all, I knew he was lying. I'm going to tell you guys why. To you drivers coming out here, starting new. When you go to Newark, get used to this. Newark people don't say Newark. And they don't say New Jersey. Everybody that's in the north section, Like Jersey City is Jersey City. Newark is Newark, New Jersey. When he said he was born and raised from New Jersey, Newark, I knew he was lying. But I asked him again. I said, let me ask you something, bro. You know, while we at it. If I came to your house looking for your woman, how would you act? And the words come out of his mouth. He said, man, I'll be ready to whoop a brother up, but he didn't use a brother, if you know what I mean. I'm not going to use the word, okay? But he said, I'll whoop a man. I'll be ready to beat this, you know what, down. I said, well, my brother, I said, sir, brothers, if y'all don't mind stepping off my step, I appreciate y'all not coming back to my house. And he was like, you know, and he was cool about it. He was like, brother, we didn't know. Your girl didn't tell us. I said, I understand. Sure did. I said, I understand. No problem. Just make sure, you know, y'all don't do, you know, watch where you go to. Okay, a female might get you set up or caught up. Okay, and if I was in the wrong state of mind, they might have been caught up. Because my mind might have been in the state that if I had a gun, 9 or 10, I might have pulled it out and decided to squeeze the trigger. You know what I'm saying? Capping off a few rounds over some dumb junk. Something that could have took 2 seconds. You heard what I said. 2 seconds to squash. Okay? And that's what I did. Now, needless to say, here come my kid's mama around the corner in the car. She gets out. Why in the world she gonna go off on me? What you gonna go off on me for? I didn't do no wrong. But I did the smart thing. I said, you know what? You ain't got to worry about me being here. I packed my clothes up, got my stuff. I said, only thing I got to do is pay my child support and take care of my kids. I'm not married to you. End of story. So you brothers and sisters out there, just as well as it happened to a guy, it'll happen to a woman. Don't think for 1 second, women, your man won't do the mess they do what I just told you what my kid's mama done. She'll try to evade this or try to deny it and go to cursing and acting idiotic. But it's true what I'm telling you. And it's definitely not truck driver story. So that's something you brothers and sisters get used to. Get used to that. Okay? The thing is this also you're going to have to sell. The money is not going to be that great. But here's the thing. Let me put it this way. You brothers and sisters out there that's just starting. Some of y'all might have been working at restaurants like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Arby's, and all them. Okay? The money that you're going to make as a new driver, you're going to make good money. You're going to make good money. Some of y'all are going to make anywhere from $900 depending on how hard you want to work. Okay? But I'm telling you this, and I'm going to constantly feed you brothers and sisters this. I'm going to feed y'all this. Save your money. Save your money. Because don't be one of them that spend, and I'm not cutting these individuals down. Don't be one of them that spend 30 years out on the road and you don't have nothing to show for it. Okay? I say it again. Let me explain something to you. I have a website called Truckers Passway. And on that website, it's got 2 links of how to be a broker and a bonded carrier. One is called GL Authority, and the other one is called 123 Load Board. Click on those links and get the information on these people. Talk to them. Find out about down the road you want to be your own boss. Okay? Now, I say this. You ain't got to go through the bank. My young drivers that are 23 and 24 that's starting out here. In the same way, if you got individuals starting out at the age of 40 and 50, you can do the exact same thing. I know drivers out here right now that are 70 years old. A lot of them are still running up and down the highway. Yes. See, there's no time limit that you can stop. The only thing can stop you, the only one thing that can stop you is the grace of God. But beyond God is this, is your health. That's what stopped me. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm not going biblical on you guys. This eye here, God can bless me to get that eye back. And I'm going to tell y'all something. If he give me that eye back, you can rest for sure. I will be back out there on that road with you fellas and sisters. You brothers and sisters. I'll be out there running up and down the highway with y'all. Doing the exact same thing. But I know what I know now that I didn't know back then. How to do and what I need to do. That's why I'm telling you to save your money. My brothers and sisters. You make enough. Here's the word that you have to remember. Sacrifice. Sacrifice yourself. But one thing, remember this. And I'm talking to those that know the Almighty Father. Pay it forward to what he's done for you. Because he the one allowed you to be here. Now I'm talking to those that know what I'm saying. Pay it forward. In other words, give back to him for what he's done for you, allowing you to be out here. Only person let you be out here is God Almighty. And I'm not going biblical on you guys because a lot of folks ain't accepting that. But I'm just being real to those that know. Not to those that don't believe in. I'm not cutting them down. I love them more than anything because God told us one of the greatest commandments is this. Love thy neighbor as thyself. That's the second greatest commandment. A lot of folks don't know this. The first greatest commandment is this. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. Those are the two greatest commandments that you got to keep. We all got to keep. Nobody can't take that away from us because God told you that. Now, that being said, my brothers and sister truck drivers out there, new that's coming out of this truck driving school, use your dome. Use your head. Think smart. Stay ahead of the rest of the Rat Pack. Stay away from negative people. And when I say that, stop listening to some of these negative individuals that's on YouTube. That's putting those negative videos out there. There's a bunch of them out there that are smart and telling you the truth. But the one thing that I preach on to all y'all, and I say this, save your money. Save your money. If you do this every week, if you take out $100 every week, you get paid every week. That's $400. Take out $100 every week. That's $400 a month that you save up. Okay? Times 12. Okay? You figure 4 times 10 is $4,000 you save for that year. So you figure what? You figure 4 times that's what, 2, that's 8. That's $4,800 right at $5,000 that you save for a year. And times that by 10. That's $50,000 that you will save up for 10 years. Don't touch the money. Put it in a savings account. Do not touch it. Put that in a savings account. In 10 years, the interest on that, plus what you save, and then you add another $5,000 to that. Why I say that? Because you got to remember, this is why I'm telling you guys, stay with the company, whether it be Snyder, Swift, USA, Stevens Transport, Swift Transportation, PAM, CRST, CR England, Any one of those companies, Warner Enterprises, any one of those companies, you work for them 10 years, that's 1 million miles. They're going to give you a $5,000 bonus. You will receive that. You will receive that. Oh yes, that's $5,000 you can add to the $50,000 that you save $5,000 for each year for the next 10 years, plus $5,000 more dollars that you get from a bonus. Okay, not including the interest. All right, so now you got that money saved up. Go buy unless you wanna. Let me explain something to you. Don't buy you a big, large car. Okay, first what you need to do is spend you some money on a day cab, because once you did that, first thing you do while you're doing that, you've been looking in several years about obtaining your own authority, becoming a bonded carrier, and becoming a legitimate broker. Because once you learn those loads, where they are and who's putting them out there, you can turn around and sell the loads back to another driver. You have that much leeway on your behalf. You also are a bonded carrier. You are now your own hauler, your own company. Okay? You alleviate the broker. You alleviate the broker. Check into it. Do your homework. Do your homework and become a bonded carrier and a legitimate broker. That way, if you want a fancy truck, if you want that fancy, big, large car, you're making the money. You're making the money to buy another truck. Okay? You're making the money to buy another truck. And that being said, you got somebody else pulling for you. They working for you. But remember this, my fellow drivers coming out of school, y'all make it to that point. You live to see it. That you stay tried and true and humble to the game, and you got your own truck, you got your own authority, and became your own broker. Okay? When you hire that driver to work for you, please, driver, please do this. Don't disrespect him by getting greedy. Pay him what he or she rightfully worked for. Pay him where you know that they're going to stay tried and true to you. They're going to be humble to you. And they're going to know, they're going to respect you because you respect them. Just remember that. My brothers and sisters out there, y'all know this industry is a good industry, whether you know it or not. I'll say it again, that you landed upon. And make sure that you guys stay tried and true to the game. Don't listen to the negatives, because you're going to hear a lot of negatives out here on this road, or in this industry. I'll put it that way. In this industry as truckers, you're going to hear a lot of negatives. There is a lot of good in this industry. When I say a lot, it's a lot. Because one thing you have that a lot of folks don't have, you have freedom to see this country. You may not see some of the things the way the driver talking about, oh, you see them as they go. You're going to see the cities. You're going to see the cities. You're going to see them. So get used to that. Get used to that. You're going to see things that everyday people is not going to see. And the good thing about it is you get paid for it. Again, remember this. Pay it forward to the one that given it to you, the one that blessed it to you. That's our Father and God Almighty. Pay it forward to Him. Whether you help somebody else or you give a donation to a church, no matter what you do, but pay it forward to the God Almighty. My brothers and sisters, remember that. And that being said, all I'm going to tell you guys, there's going to be more videos that I'm going to bring to y'all, that I'm speaking on this industry And I say it again, my brothers and sisters out there, this industry is a good industry. I say it again, you guys, the one thing I'm going to push to y'all every time I come out with a video, save your money to become your own boss. Don't spend 15 like I did, 20, 30 and more years out here and have nothing to show for it. And that being said, my brothers and sisters, I love y'all. They call me your man, the one and only. Mostly imitated and always duplicated, but the original, the Guardian Knight. I'm always say this, and I'm always tell you guys, keep that high side up and that low side down. Again, they call me the one and only Guardian Knight on that big Super Slam. We easing back. And we back out quiet.